making lunch for Vinny.
Oh. I should have saved him a banana. They love bananas, you know.
Look, you hate him, I love him, that's not gonna change. Can we just talk about something else?
You're right. I'm still reacting to Vinny the way I did when I first met him. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, when's your Harvard interview?
Friday.
Wow. My little girl going to Harvard.
I'm not going, Dad.
Oh? You got a better offer. Princeton, Yale?
I was thinking of going someplace out here.
Stanford! Not too shabby.
Actually, I was thinking of UCLA. Something close to home.
Oh. Oh, well, that's very thoughtful, and I certainly love having you around, but, Harvard, come on. Vinny.
Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed. Fire up your pad and pencil, I give you a piece of my mind. In my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine. Stop all your fussing, slap on a smile. Come out and walk in the sun for a while. Don't fight the feeling, you know you wanna have a good time. And in my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine.
You want to stay here so you can watch that moron play with tires?
Dad, I could get a good education anywhere. You said so yourself.
That was before Harvard came into the picture.
And Vinny.
He'll visit you.
Harvard is in Boston.
So he'll steal a car. Hello, Russo. What are you doing here?
I told you he wanted to have lunch with me.
Too crowded at the trough?
You know, Blossom, he seems to hate me more than usual.
I just told him I wasn't going to my interview with the Harvard people.
Well, how come you're not going?
Vinny, I'm not going to Harvard because I can hardly stand to be away from you for even one day, and we'd be separated 4 years.
Hey, Blossom, you got Harvard after your name. You got life by the seat of your pants.
You want us to be separated?
I'll visit.
If you love me, you'll tell me not to go to Harvard.
Okay, don't go to Harvard.
And give up the opportunity of a lifetime? I don't think so.
Chicks.
So what you're saying is Vinny could care less. Couldn't care less. I thought you said he doesn't care. He doesn't. But if he cared more, could he care less? Yeah, so he could care less. Couldn't. See, he doesn't care more, he cares less. In fact, he cares so less that he could not care any more less. He got as less as he could get, so he couldn't care less. He's reached the zenith of not caring. Nader. No, he's reached the peak of not caring, the zenith. No, he's reached the bottom of not caring, the nadir. If he reached the peak, he could care less. That's what I said. He could care less. I don't like you anymore. Yes, you do. More like 2 peas in a pot. Pod. Pot. Pod. Pod. Pot. Pod. Hi, Grandpa.
Hey, sweetheart. Come on in.
Oh, I brought you some goodies, but it looks like you already ate.
Oh, just a little snack. There's always room for more. What'd you bring me?
Oat bran, seaweed, watercress, and goat's milk.
What a shame. That's what I had for lunch.
Yeah, plus pizza, a candy bar, and a cigar.
Ah, I'm a grown boy, Ruby.
Ruby?
But
You just called me Ruby.
I did. Well, you look very much like your grandmother.
I'm kind of worried about you, Grandpa.
Why? Because I forget a name now and then? Everybody does that. Even, what's-his-face, your dad.
Well, I'm worried about you because you don't eat right, you don't exercise, and you haven't had a physical since I don't know when.
Right after Pearl Harbor. You know, physicals were simpler then. One doctor would look in one end, another doctor would look in the other end. If they couldn't see each other, you were in the army.
Grandpa, were you married while you were in the army?
No, we met during the war, but we didn't marry right away.
So you weren't together all the time?
We were separated most of the war.
But your marriage survived?
Sure, we were apart. We didn't start fighting until after we got to know each other.
Well, I may be going away to college, and I'm sort of worried about me and Vinny.
Well, you better be nuts about each other. It gets kind of rough.
Were you nuts about Ruby?
From day one. I saw her singing at the Hollywood Canteen in 42. I fell in love in 2 minutes. I started sending her candy and flowers every day, hoping that I could get to know her.
Wow, she must have been really impressed.
She couldn't keep her hands on me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Corporal Ruby Latimore.
Hi, Ruby. I'm Buzz Richmond, guy who's been sending you all the flowers.
Why did she hit you?
Oh, she had a thing going with a rich civilian, and she didn't want me to louse it up.
So how long before you saw her again?
About 32 bars.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Just remember that I've been true to no one else but you. So just be true to me. And don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't start showing off all your charms in somebody else's arms. You must be true to me. I'm so afraid that the plans we made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away, and you're bound to stray if the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I'm so afraid that the plans we made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away, and you're bound to stray if the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Till I come marching
Smashing! Simply smashing! Eat your hearts out, Andrew sisters. And how about my band? Hi. Remember me?
Where's our regular piano player?
He went out for a smoke. You might as well face it, Ruby. I love you. And the word no doesn't scare me.
What if it's attached to one of these?
I think starting to get to her.
Ruby was pretty tough.
Ah, Billie Holiday was tough. When I asked her out, I lost 4 teeth.
But you still asked her out? Weren't you worried about getting hurt?
No, I was worried because I was starting to like it.
You were weird, Grandpa.
Those were weird times, Blossom. Filled with weird characters. Especially at the Hollywood Canteen.
There I was.
Hollywood Canteen.
There I was, cruising in and out of the clouds over France in my fighter plane Memphis Bill, when I spotted a bloody Hun below. In a flash I screamed, "Here I come, Hun, ready or not," and I peeled off and attacked. Well, imagine, there wasn't just one. There were 4 of those brutes. It was like a girl with falsies, too good to be true.
Did you get them all?
Of course, dear boy. I blasted the red and blue fighter with one burst. Boom. Oh, down in flames. I felt sorry for the other little bloody goose-stepper and was going to let him go, but he was wearing one of those "you've got to be kidding" white scarves. Cheerio and bye-bye, bad taste. Boom, boom, boom.
So when will you be going back to the front, Commander?
I don't think you should answer that, Commander. Never know who might be listening. Loose lips sink ships, you know. Nazi spies everywhere.
The little Fraulein is right.
Fräulein, are you German?
German? What a kick in the hiney. No, I'm from Iceland. You know, Leif Erikson, fjords, fish, trout, salmon, herring. Herring! Can I get you some coffee?
I'll make it 2.
Jawohl.
Hey, I see you've already met our new ivory tickler.
Yeah, and I keep telling him to stay away from me. I've got a boyfriend with money and a future. I don't need to waste my time with some guy who can't even take a right cross from a dame.
Excuse me. Do you know where we might find some coffee and donuts?
Why don't you ask the coffee and donut man? Not exactly a rocket scientist, is he?
Actually, he is a rocket scientist.
Wunderbar. I mean, Berkler? Professor? Professor...
My name is a secret.
Gotcha. Can't be too careful, right?
That's right. If the information in this head of mine were to fall in the hands of the enemy, we could lose the war.
Yeah, what information is that? I mean, that.
Well, you know, like using liquid fuel as an oxidizing agent in my fundamental reaction, which propels a giant projectile hundreds of miles into enemy territory, using Newton's third law of motion.
Well, I'm glad you're on our side.
Me too.
Me too.
Farnsworth. What are you doing in that uniform?
Well, I couldn't just stand by while all the little people went off to war, so I enlisted.
That is a fabulous uniform.
Farnsworth, I'm so proud.
I'll be shipping out soon, Ruby, and I'm taking you with me.
Where are you going?
Well, I really shouldn't say.
Well, we can keep a secret, can't we, men?
That's a strange accent. Where are you from?
Finland.
I thought you said Iceland.
We moved around a lot. That's how we kept warm. So, the secret?
Miami.
And you're taking me with you?
Of course, darling. That's why I brought you this.
Oh, Farnsworth.
Congratulations.
Beat it. How could you go on after that?
Blossom, you don't get all this by being a quitter.
So what'd you do?
Well, as they say, I spotted a dent in the armor.
A chink.
No, a dent.
A chink.
A dent.
I'll be right back, darling. Miss me?
Oh, I will.
Good.
Congratulations, chap. That's lovely. Good show. Good show.
Hey, what's all the celebration?
Hi, Ethel. Ruby just got engaged.
Congratulations. Boy, is she lucky girl.
Well, thank you.
I'd sure like to get lucky sometime.
Well, you don't have to be lucky with a voice like Ruby's. First time I heard her sing, I knew I couldn't live without her. See, I'm crazy for girl singers.
Oh, is that so?
Hit it, boys! Off we go into the wild blue yonder, off and run, hell of a roar. We live in fame, I go down in flame. Nothing can stop the army air. Nothing can stop the army air corps.
Hey, little girl, you're all right.
What'd you say your name was? Ethel. Ethel Mermansky.
You ever think of changing it?
Oh, I did. It used to be Phyllis Mermansky. Sounds like Farnsworth was a jerk.
World class, Blossom. I knew it was only a matter of time before I did something stupid.
How long did you have to wait?
A little over an hour.
Attention, everyone! Attention! I've just received an important message. All leaves are canceled. You are to return to your posts immediately.
Farnsworth? Where are you, darling?
What's going on? What is this all about? Is there an invasion?
How about some more coffee?
Help yourself here, Professor. I mean, here, Professor.
Wait a minute. This is not coffee. It's tea.
Lieber.
And what's this wire for? I know, this is a radio. And you're not a coffee and donut man. Arrest this man. He's a spy. A Japanese spy.
Good work, Professor.
They don't call me a rocket scientist for nothing.
Come in, Germany. The jig is up. I am innocent. I was just filling orders.
Farnsworth? Where could he be?
Why don't you look backstage?
Good idea. Creep.
Ruby, I've been hunting all over for you.
Did you think I was hiding behind her tonsils? So then she fell in love with you.
Oh, well, I was
So then she fell in love with you.
Oh, well, I was irresistible. Still am, right?
No doubt about it. So when did you make your move?
Not right away. I knew that she'd be broken-hearted, distraught, vulnerable. So I waited another hour.
Nice song.
Thanks.
I hate nice songs.
Oh. Maybe you'd feel better if you sang a little. I know I would.
I'm not in much of a mood for singing.
Okay.
Wait a second. Give a girl a chance. In F. You made me love you.
time you knew. I guess you always knew. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times, dear, you know, you made me feel so bad. Made me sigh for. I didn't want to tell you, no, I did not want to tell you. I want some love that's true, yes I do. Dear, I do, you know I do. So give me what I cry for. You know you got the kind of kisses I die for. You know you made me love.
Obviously, she couldn't live without me.
So then you got married and went off to war.
No, not exactly. Now we go back to the last night at the canteen. The time had come to say goodbye. Duty was calling.
You're not gonna worry about me, are you?
Might as well ask me to hold back the dawn. Promise me you'll be careful.
I promise. I've got too much to live for now.
You know where you're going?
The Brown Derby. How about you?
Iwo Jima. She went and you stayed?
Hey, they were using real bullets over there.
So how long was she gone?
Almost 3 years.
And you waited all that time?
Faithfully. Like I said, I was nuts about her.
Then I guess there's a chance for me and Vinny. Maybe I should give Harvard a shot.
I'd say so.
You know what, Grandpa? Grandma was really lucky she found you.
Thanks, Blossom. But you know what? It wasn't all luck.
There's something I have to tell you, Ruby.
Oh, something terrible?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Shoot.
Well, you see, I paid Ethel Murmanski to put the moves on Farnsworth. I'm sorry. I was desperate. I was so in love with you.
I understand, Buzz. I'm glad you told me, and I still love you. And sweetheart, love of my life. Ow! Don't ever lie to me again.
Flight Commander Alan Smithy shot down 78 planes. After the war, he married a fabulously rich woman, and following her death, used his inheritance to become a fabulously rich woman. Rudolph Kloss eventually landed in the Nixon White House and is now a private investigator working for Ross Perot. Professor Joseph Fermi was incinerated in Alamogordo, New Mexico, when he tried to watch the detonation of his new invention, the atomic bomb, from a nearby cardboard box. Ethel Murmanski is still entertaining the troops, even though she quit show business in 1948. Farnsworth came out of the war untouched and made a fortune as an underwear model. Ruby Lattimore remained married to Buzz until 1982, when she caught him celebrating his 60th birthday in bed with the D'Amore sisters. His jaw had to be wired shut for 17 months. Ruby now lives in British Columbia and teaches kickboxing to the Mounties. And Ruby's granddaughter, Blossom Rousseau, learned from this story that love can stand the test of time and went to her Harvard interview after all.